Hello, and welcome to Grow Your Business. I have some more tips for you. So, I have been talking pretty much every day, coming on for like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe a couple of times I did 7. And I'm just talking about tips that you can do today in order to grow your business. So, if you are a fairly new business owner, online coach, service or service-based or product-based business owner, and you haven't gotten business training, you're just getting started, maybe you haven't even been invested in a coach yet, this is likely going to be some information that you can use to start getting yourself some clients, making some money, and taking those first few steps. So I like to leave resources here and on social media. I have Facebook and a podcast. The podcast is listed here also, where I am talking to healing focused entrepreneurs. So basically you are a massage therapist, or maybe it's physical therapist, or someone who moved out of the medical industry into consulting or client advocacy. I am talking to you. So I am Kim Gilry, an integrative mind, body coach, and business mentor for healing focused entrepreneurs. And what I want to talk about today is self-preservation and why we do it, what it is, and what to do about it. So self-preservation is when you protect yourself from feeling shame or rejection. So you don't put yourself online. You don't tell people what you do. You don't ask for sales because you have a problem with sales, right? You believe that you're being salesy, or maybe someone's going to think illy of you. And so you self-preserve, which means you protect so that they don't talk or think something about you. And I just want you to know that people are going to talk and people are going to think, but it has nothing to do with you. If you are passionate about serving, if you have a product or service that people need, if it's going to help them, then you're actually being selfish not offering it, because they won't have access to it if you don't make the offer. If you don't sell it to them, then how are they supposed to receive the help that they're looking for? So I want to talk about the difference between self-preservation and serving, and why I think it's so important. Here it is. If you are serving, if you are taking action, then you are not going to be in the freeze, freak out, fawn mode. So you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that? It's when your nervous system gets so fired up and you start like spinning and looping in doubtful and fearful thoughts. And so you go into this sort of mental paralysis, which is very real because you have these chemicals surging through your body. You've got this fear and anxiety and overwhelm that's taking over your senses, and you actually don't have access to your frontal cortex. So you can't problem solve, you can't take action. And so you are stuck in mental paralysis. Your mind is frozen and you're just spinning and looping about all of the things that can go wrong. You're feeling like you're going to fail, people are going to make fun of you, and you buy into the doubt and the fear. And as long as your mind is occupied with that, then you don't have the focus, the energy and attention in order to do your work, in order to serve, in order to help other people. So just know that when you are not serving, you are self-preserving. And if you were self-preserving, is stopping you from serving. And so you get to choose. Do you want to think about yourself? Do you want to protect yourself? Or do you want to advocate for your client? Do you want to offer them the service that you have to help them improve their life? So if you are serving, you will notice that you are no longer self-preserving. And that is how you make money, help people, create impact. And I know that's what you want to do. So I work with so many of you, and I see this happen so often. So I have a program called eSchool. It's actually a business training for entrepreneurs. So if you are in the service-based business industry, you help someone improve health, wealth, or relationships, and you have a service to offer, you have a program, or maybe it's digital courses, however you help people, maybe it's one-on-one coaching, maybe it's group coaching, and you're not able to get the words out. Like you feel like there's a frog in your throat. That's one of the things I hear a lot. You feel super nervous about coming online, like what I'm doing today. You're afraid to fumble on your words. You get a hot flash every time you think about going live, and yet you have a message. And if you don't go live, if you don't show up, if you don't use your voice, if you don't use your fingers, if you don't type your message in, people are not going to be able to receive it. So the opposite is true. Instead of self-preserving and being quiet, you need to get louder and you need to practice doing it very often. And then it's going to become very natural for you. So I hope this was helpful. I'm not sure how many minutes I went. I might have gone over my 5 minutes, but I think this topic is very important. Get in service mode, and that will get you out of self-preservation. You don't need to protect yourself, guys. You're not going to die. That's just your brain freaking you out, trying to protect you, trying to keep you small. There's a secondary gain. That's the only reason that this behavior is continuing. And that secondary gain is your brain's like, we're going to die. People are going to make fun of us. We're never going to be able to bounce back again because they're all going to know that I'm an imposter and I'm afraid and I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever the story is that's coming up, like, be willing to show up and even talk about it. Like I show up for this live right now. I will tap if I'm feeling nervous, if I'm feeling anxious, if I have overwhelm coming up, if I feel sensations freezing in my body, then I squeeze my toes, I take a few breaths and I tap it out and I start talking about it. I'm really uncomfortable. This is very scary. I'm kind of confused. I don't really know what to say. I've been told so many different things that now I have all of this chaos and I've got so much information that I don't actually know what to do next. I don't know what action to take and I don't know how to move forward. And this is stopping me from doing what I really want to do, which is to help people. And so you're just calling it out, you're tapping it out, you're breathing through it, you're moving through it, you're recognizing it. So first you got to get present. And then you have to understand what's happening is on the subconscious level or the unconscious level. It's happening beneath the surface. You can't see it. And then whenever you feel the sensations, you're reacting or responding to the sensations and you're shutting down. But this is actually what's creating the overwhelm, because when you shut down and then you still have the creative ideas going and flowing and you still have this passion and you still want to serve, then it turns into this big mush. So you have something to offer the world and you need help, you should check out eSchool. eSchool is the business training. I take you through all of these processes. I help you move through the freeze, fawn, freak mode. So in other words, when this happens, I do a call with you. It's a hybrid between one-on-one and group. You get one-on-one with me, with my team for your tech support, as well as your branding support. We get you from seed, which is the idea, all the way to the creation or the materialization. So you have an idea of what you want to do. You have a skill set, you have some sort of training, you know, you want to help people. We help you package it. I help you get clear on your message. I help you come up with your offer. And then we build out a library of challenges and offers that you can use as bonuses and automations to warm your people up for them to be prepared to come and work with you high ticket. So I would love to have a consultation or a conversation with you. You can click the link below. If you're ready to start today, this is a great time because we're still doing our pilot group. We're on our third group. We've just started this year, and you get the beginner price, which is going up after May. So I encourage you to reach out to me, send me a message, send me an email, show up in my social media, post it below in the comments and say, I would like to know more about your program. I would like to know if it would help me. I'd be happy to hop on a call with you and see if it's a right fit, because we definitely don't want to do this if it's not a right fit for you or if it's not a right fit for me, right? Because we've done enough of that. We have bought into a lot of things that we don't use. And I don't think either one of us want that anymore. So hope you have a great end of the day and that you have a takeaway. You can post it below, share this, make sure you subscribe if you want to catch when I go live every day or every week. Lately, it's been every day. You can also catch me in the More Than Mindset Facebook group. So that's where my podcast is hosted at, as well as where I show up at and help other individuals begin to grow their business.